guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys how I set up my July sinking funds as well as my July debt tracker. And then at the very end, I'm going to show you guys how I set up my July transaction log. I did already set it up, and I was going to show you in July's 2020 budget, the overview, but the video ended up being so long, I just thought to spare you guys some time, I'd show you at the end of this video. So if you are interested in seeing how I set up any or all three of those pages, stay tuned, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have my washies here that I'm going to use for July. It's like the lace pattern, and I'm going to use it for both my sinking funds and my debt tracker. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt this. I'm sorry if it's a weird angle. Okay, so there is the washi for my sinking funds. I'm gonna put the heading at the top. I'm gonna move this so it's straight. Okay, and then I'm going to put the subheader . There we go. Okay, I'm going to tilt this again. Oh, it looks like part of the sticker sheet was on that. Okay, so there is that. And then I'm going to start writing down my sinking funds. So my first category is giving. And then my next category is my gift fund. I'm gonna go ahead and go in a little bit of detail after I write everything down, just for my new subscribers. I do have quite a few, and I welcome every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for subscribing and wanting to join me in my adventure here on YouTube, as well as my journey to becoming debt-free. And so I just kind of want to clarify things with you guys. But first, I want to just write down all the categories. So my next one is Christmas. I also have a vacation fund, and that is the same thing for a 52-week savings challenge. But as you can see, I have stopped it just because of everything going on. And then I also have a car registration. I have a hair fund. I have taxes, because I am on unemployment, and I decided at first to not have it withheld. And then I have my emergency fund in the same account. So it's not really a sinking fund, but it's in the same account. Okay guys, sorry about that. If you notice a change in the lighting or whatnot, I actually had to pause the filming of my sinking fund setup, and so now I'm starting it again at a later time, and so the lighting may be off a little bit. So hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. So I finished all of the categories that I need to write down, and so I'm going to go ahead and start with the beginning balances. Alright, so the beginning balance of my giving fund was $10, And I said I wanted to clarify a few things. So the giving fund is not like tithing or monthly contributions to charities. This is more of like, I don't know if you want to call it seasonal events. So like Girl Scout cookies, when I used to babysit girls and if they were in choir or they had just different fundraisers, this is what I would use to help support them. So that's usually what I've used the giving fund for. The gift fund, I had $52.14 left. Christmas, at the end of June, I had $437.50. Vacation fund, I paused, I believe, in March, so I haven't contributed anything. That is the 52-week savings challenge that I started. So I believe it was March when I decided to stop putting money towards vacation and putting it towards debt, savings, things like that. And then, let's see, I'm gonna add zeros to this. My car registration, the current balance is $121.16. I have nothing in my hair fund. Taxes I don't show, and then my emergency fund, I have $1,000.05. Okay, so now as far as what I'm planning to contribute, I'm planning to contribute nothing for giving. For giving. For gifts, I'm going to plan to budget $50. Christmas is going to be the same, which is $87.50. Vacation, I'm not going to be putting anything. Car registration is going to be the same, and that's $30.29. I am getting my hair done in July, but because I'm just taking it out of my checking account, I feel like it's not practical to deposit in my savings account then withdrawing it instead of just saving it in my bank account. So I'm just going to leave that be. But in the future, when I'm just doing like touch-ups and just toning and trims and things like that, and when that will be like about every 2 months or so, then I'll start putting like a monthly contribution to that depending on how much it ends up being. And then I don't plan on putting anything in emergency fund. I do add the interest from that savings account to my emergency fund. So that's where the 5 cents has come from. So I'm just gonna put that in at the end. And then I will put the end amount at the end of the month as well as the end total. I'm gonna go ahead and put the end or total washi right below the emergency fund. And there we go. So the sinking funds is now all done. Now I'm going to move on to the setup of my debt tracker. And I'm going to use the same washi as far as like that lace pattern. So let me move this down. And I am going to Alright, so there is that. Let me add the header. Okay, and then let me put the subheading washi. This is the same setup as the sinking fund, but for debt tracker. So the smaller washi is going to look the same. It's just going to have different text on it, which is for the debt tracker. Okay, so there is that. And the debts, I don't have that much left, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm currently at. So I have my student loans, I have my credit card 1, and I have my car, and that is Elise. So let's go through the beginning balances. So at the end of June, my balance for my student loans was $5,818.71. My credit card 1 is $17.21, and I'm planning to pay that off by the 2nd. And the car is $6,635.75. Now, just to go over briefly for my new subscribers, my student loan, it's comprised of 3 loans now. It used to be 4, but I just put one big total instead of having them by loan. I know a lot of people do it by individual loan, but I just have it overall because when I first log into my account, it just shows the overall balance, and so it's like an easy way for me to look without having to go through each loan. So it's kind of like the lazy way, but that's just the way I've been doing it. As far as my credit card 1, in case you're wondering why that's such a small balance and why I haven't paid it off, it's kind of like a revolving credit. So usually once I got my debt paid off from this credit card, I have been using it for purchases, and I have been paying them off. One of them I actually paid in May. It was for the Container Store, and it was actually many items. I think it was like 16 different items. They had this big sale, and so I went ahead and got some items to reorganize my office closet and get a little bit of things for my desk. And so because they were delayed with COVID and everything going on around the world, it has been delayed significantly. So at the end of June, I got my last package, and they charge you per item, or like per shipment, I guess you can say, as it goes out. So this was the last package that came out and was delivered to me late June. So I didn't have this left over in my budget, and yes, I could have moved some from my June debt, but I figured I'm just gonna pay it off either the 1st or the 2nd of July and have that over with. And then hopefully by that time, or after that, then I won't have to worry about this revolving credit from these constant charges. So that is that. And then my car, this is actually a lease, so I'm not making any payments to pay it off. This is just the minimum that I am going to be putting here. And this is, I guess, just so I know how much I have left over at the end of each month. So my student loans, I'm also not being required to make monthly payments right now, but they are also not charging interest, and so I'm just going to keep paying it off. Right now, I am putting the minimum payment of $106.39 down, but I will change this at the end of the month to what I actually paid for, so you guys can kind of see my actual minimum payment is versus what I'm actually going to be able to put aside. And then my credit card 1 will be the $17.21. And then I will continue to use this credit card to earn points and cash back. So I will continue to use this, but after this there will be no balance at the end of the month, if that makes sense. And then my car's minimum payment is $349.25. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to put the end washi, which is for my totals. Okay, and now I'm just going to show you guys what my transaction log looks like. So earlier I said that I was just wanting to show you guys what it looks like. I have already set it up. I was actually going to show you guys in July's budget video, but the video, for anyone that has watched, can already tell that it's a long video, so I didn't want to add any more time, and it takes just a little bit longer than these other pages to set up just because there's multiple columns. So this is what it looks like. So I usually use 2 pages. A lot of times I just go over slightly on this page, but I don't like the look of having a page go over this, so I just dedicate the last 2 pages of my monthly pages towards my transaction log. And so these are the small or thin washies from Sara Marie Stickers. As you can tell, let me move this a little bit more. Okay, there, now you can kind of see. But you have the date, you have the type, so this is like the type of transaction, whether it's debit, if it's online, if it's a direct deposit, if it is a transfer, things like that. We have the location or the website if I were to purchase anything online. And then this is for whether I am receiving or I am either withdrawing or paying something. So I will actually use this column and use green for if I'm receiving any money with the plus sign, or red if I am paying something or money is leaving my account, and I will use that in red for the minus sign. Then I have the amount and then the remaining balance. And then at the beginning of the month, I always put my start balance, which should be a buffer of $500. So that's pretty much what it looks like. I'm not really keen on the 2 sizes of the thin washies. Like, I love both of the patterns, but I think it looks off. So in the future, I may just use 1 thin washi under the date type location where this kind of lace pattern is, and then leave this be, since she doesn't have different thicknesses besides the thick and the thin. I don't know if that makes sense. I just wanted to kind of play it out for July and see what it looks like. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit the like button so that way I know. And then you can also subscribe if you're not already. That way you can see more videos like this in the future. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.